And here we go with the follow-up video of the MTC P1s. Now remember, I am wearing MTC all summer long, rotated between the S1, the P1, the R1, and the T1 for all of life's activities. And so what's going on with the P1 here? Well, this is the MTC Stability shoe, and I have been rotating between this and the S1 for my workplace duties, which involve me being in the office, 8 hours at a time, 5 days a week. There's lots of walking, and I only sit to do my job, but any other time I am up on my feet. Specifically, my job is sitting down and encountering people, and then whenever I'm done doing that, I'll go put information in the computer, and when I'm doing that, I am on my feet. So hopefully that clears things up. So what's going on with the P1? It is a stability shoe, and the way that it's different, instead of having a hard piece here on the medial aspect of the rear of the shoe, or like a different foam, but that can be argued that that's like a little bit harder there. It does have what's called a 3D arch rail going on right here underneath where your big toe is, and big toe kind of loops around here, and then the 3D arch rail and disappears somewhere around the toes here on the side. Okay, and so the main reason for this follow-up video is to see how it's been holding up. I mean, I don't know exactly how many hours we're talking here, or how many miles or any of that. Remember, I had some miles running in the shoe before even starting here, but look how well it's holding up. Like things I've noticed, if anything, like the maybe the upper is getting like a little loosey-goosey, but I can see that would be resolved here with this little kind of medial arch band that, at this point it's the most just a hole, and there's one I guess to make it a little bit snugger here. All right, and I have not incorporated that because I kind of want to see what the default settings are, and really by that it's like just kind of this like little flap-a-doo right here, what's happening. Okay, but the shoe remains extremely comfortable. Some things that I notice with shoes, especially in those that I tend to stand in all day long, is towards the end of the day, it's like I feel like in some cases like I'm bottoming out, and it's just not comfortable for me, but I push through because I'm me. Anyways, this shoe so far I have not had that problem with. The foam continues to feel energetic. It continues to want to it's poised to serve. It's kind of the way I look at it. And the features, I cannot detect any notable like plasticky sensation or any of that stuff here, unless I am right here on the edge of my foot, and I'm like really like 4 and leaning and that stuff, and in like a prolonged period of time, which is atypical of the use of this shoe in my opinion. So not gonna knock it for that. But again, like just the build quality of MTC in general is just super duper high. The P1 I feel like is a little bit more built up. It's a heavy shoe. It's like almost 10 ounces, but for what I'm doing with it, my work activities and also running. So yeah, I'm rotating the R1, S1, P1 for running as well. But here's the insert. I mean, just take a look at this. It's a high quality insert, just like everything else coming out of MTC. Like there's no question at this point of what's going on with the quality. Like it's a standard now for me, for MTC. And then having a look at the outside. Now this is where I am actually really, really impressed. By this point, pretty much every other shoe that I know of that I've worn, and I don't even know, it's probably embarrassing the number, but there is significant wear and tear on the outside medial aspect of the shoe for me with my particular gait, as I tend to supinate. Like you can see just the barely start of it there. And I forget like when I started this test. I want to say at the beginning of the month, and I've been really like kind of hammering down on these shoes. and not even a appreciable amount. Like the ridging, the little detail of the outsole there is maybe got like a tiny bit of feathering. That's crazy, guys. That's just ridiculous. And then the traction. So last night it rained. We came out of church and was not expecting, well, actually we did expect rain. It just came at a weird time. Anyways, and then the parking lot had kind of that like superficial rain stuff on there, and in some cases it can be quite slick. Absolutely not the case in these P1s. I had these on. I can't speak for the other in that particular circumstance, but all the other Mountain Coast shoes, including the R1, have substantial wet traction. You know, I'm not including the T1 in that as far as the roads, but the T1 is a different case. But the traction, the outsole, again, the build quality of the shoe, you know, it's awesome. Mountain Coast, you guys are great. I did end up, you know, affiliating with Mountain Coast, and you guys probably know that by now, because I see them, right? I see what's happening, and I really, really appreciate what's going on with Mountain Coast here. Okay, so that's what I got. Hopefully you guys found value in this video, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to the channel. The links for this and all the other shoes will be down in the description. It will be a promo code that'll attach, but I think I already said that. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you in the next one.